some paintings people, they haven't painted since they were kids, and they come and you just give them a space to express themselves, and sometimes they can get very elaborate or...
They stay here a little time and make these paintings, so?
Yeah, all these, this is full, this is from last year. We're not open yet this year.
How long are you doing this project
I
here?
started it in February of last year.
Last year in February?
Yes.
Okay. And what does it mean, the name, Brigid's?
Brigid was a pre-Christian goddess of Ireland. There's a lot of Celtic influence in this region because the Celtic people from the UK, Irish and Scottish, they did a lot of trading, and this was actually a trading route, the Camino. And in Galicia, where they landed and they walked, yeah, you'll see a lot of bagpipes, a lot of traditional things that are very much in common with the Celtic culture. And the name of this village is Herrerias, which is the iron workers or the smithies. And Brigid was known as being not the goddess of ironworking, but was definitely known as being a smith.
It's a goddess.
A goddess, yes, pre-Christian goddess of fertility. She was born on February 3, they say, which is the middle day between winter, which signifies the new beginnings. The end of winter is now on its way, and yeah.
It's a Nordic goddess?
Not from my understanding. Yeah, they also have influences, Brigid, from Nordic cultures also, from my understanding.
Because I think Brigid is a Nordic name.
For sure. I spent a lot of time on the name because it was something very important for me. And I like the idea of having the goddess of fertility because it's something new. It's a different way to treat tourism. It's not just about making money. It's about giving the local people a chance to open their minds about the various cultures around the world. So that's what we really emphasize, is to look at the pilgrims as opportunities for cultural exchanges, not just as a way for economic gain. And that's what.
And do you think that the pilgrims are open to think about things like this?
Oh, the pilgrims are very open. That's the pilgrims are the easy part of this project. The complicated part of this project are inspiring the local people to participate. Especially it's a very small community and a very old community, and you have to really, and I'm a foreigner, so you have to be really patient and a lot of love, and so we have these activities that we do. Because if I say come meet
what kind of activities are you doing with people here?
Sure, I'll give you an example. If I tell someone, hey, come meet a pilgrim, they're not interested. But if I say, hey, come and we'll teach you English, or we'll do a food exchange, or a music exchange, painting, photography, horticulture, they come because they are interested in the activity that we do. Now, the fact that there's a pilgrim here and that our volunteer guides can speak Spanish and English, they help with the language barriers, that's the essence of the exchange, because they're inspired to participate in the activity, but then they start talking. Then they start interacting with people from around the world, and they open up their mind and they experience culture. And that's the whole point of the project. So, is to just create a nice, clean, open environment where people could express themselves and engage others. Couchsurfing, Airbnb, great platforms, but it freaks people out to go to somebody's house. So we just create a neutral environment, and it works well.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we're in Ponferrada, and we want to be in Berlin, in Lisboa, in Madrid or Barcelona by the end of the year. We have about 22 volunteers that are working on brand management, finance, graphic design, translation. It's a big, it's a monster.
Are there similar projects here on this way? Do you know anything about this?
Sure, there are similar projects. There's a lot of, since I started this project, I've been very lucky to be able to connect with people that are inspired to collaborate and to do activities between local people and programs. I don't think that they, there are similar projects out there. It's really nice.
Yes. Do you know some locations where they are on the way?
Yeah, there's the Alchemist is actually further ahead. The background. I don't know if you ran into the Alchemist.
The north.
Yes, just maybe 75 kilometers from here, and they do a lot of activities and nice things. Before me, that's really the only one that I know. There's a couple people near Tricastella also that do like yoga meditation, and they encourage local people to come. I don't think that there's any organizations really on the Camino that are really focused on cultural exchange between the local people and the travelers that I'm aware of. I haven't really. I know that they do similar things, but not really with emphasis on providing a volunteer guide that's bilingual that can help with language barriers. And, so.
The idea why what we are looking for are ideas. If there will be, I think must be a great change in our culture. So, and I think that there's a point of death we are walking towards, and I think today it's a very interesting day because it's a day between, I don't know the English word for Karfreitag, the Friday when Christ died.
Yeah, Good Friday. We say in English.
Good Friday?
Yes. And
Easter. And there is one day there is nothing. So between these 2 days. So
the journey.
Yes. And this is a turning point. So there's nothing happening. So and this is today now. So
that's today, sure.
Yes, and I think it's a very that's my feeling where we are now in our whole culture. So the old did run to death. But the new didn't start yet. So we are in this space between in the moment. So what do you think? What could be the ideas and the impulses for starting a new kind of life? So.
Man has been around for 200,000 years. Our technology, our advancement in technology, the last 100 years, shall we say, has really shaped our ability to communicate with each other, to transport ourselves from one place to another, to share ideas, philosophy, science. No, there's been a lot of advancement in the human as a whole in just a very small time. No?
Okay.
In the grand scheme of 200,000 years, 100 years is nothing. So there is, and then you look at the last 10 years, and you're like, wow, it's crazy. Or 20 years, you have the internet and high-speed trains and everything is just happening way too quick. The destruction of the planet in just 100 years. It's amazing, no? So yeah, I completely agree with you. I think for us to change the course that we've set out on is going to be, we're either going to destroy ourselves and there's going to be a small group of people that are going to rebuild, or there's going to be a catastrophic event and there's still going to be a lot of us around, or we're going to learn to collaborate. I have this idea with my project at least to inspire people to connect more, to have more direct contact with each other, to not, I think that's what is going to make that change happen. Because there's a lot of prejudice, preconceptions, mainstream, social media, peer groups. There's a lot of influences that shape our perception of other cultures. And it's dangerous because there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of right-wing and nationalistic ideologies, and that's very dangerous because that pits people against each other at a time that we really need to be collaborating. And it's the people's job who realize this to invest their time or energy or resources into working on the local level. I believe change happens at a local level. You could protest. I believe in protesting, but don't go home and get back into your normal life. You have to come back to your community and start doing things to connect people and to help people open up their minds. And don't act like a teacher. You're not smarter or better than anybody, but just encourage people to get out of their comfort zone a little bit and experience something unique and different. And then they can draw an informed opinion as opposed to a perverted opinion that's been programmed by all these influences that we have. This, I feel, is going to be the way we change the world in a positive direction. It's the only way I really feel, is when people really start working on a local level to inspire connection and collaboration and communication and growth. as the individual. You have to love yourself. You have to grow here first before you help anywhere else grow. And I think that's the Saturday. That's the best Saturday it could happen. Or it's going to be the destructive Saturday, which I hope doesn't happen.
Yes.
But that's what we're working for, is to inspire that self-development, and then the development of the community, and then we'll start voting for the right politicians, and we'll start passing the right laws, and then and we'll have more of a united Europe, more of a united world. There's this stigma against this one world ideology. No, it's crazy. They say, oh, new world order, it's this thing, they want to have control all over us. No, it's a beautiful thing. That's the world collaborating. That's humans coming together, race, religion, sexual orientation, all of it. It doesn't matter. This is what this place is about. We may have different ways of doing things, but we have the same needs. No? And it's not as complicated. We complicate life. It's really not that complicated.
Okay.
That's my feeling. That's the Saturday I'm shooting for.
Thank you. It's great what you said. Okay.
That's nice.
Thank you very much.